Hello, investie besties. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. And if you are a returning investie bestie squad member, thank you so much for coming back. I do appreciate all of you guys being here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video. I share real numbers. I show you how to invest your money and grow your money so that you can achieve all of your financial goals. Okay, guys? So in this video, I'm going to give you 3 tips that you can use and implement in your finances to catch up. Now, this is a question that I've been getting a lot in my DMs and in emails and in one-on-ones that I do meet with people. And if you feel like, you know what, I need to talk to you, sis, privately, you can always book a one-on-one with me. I'm always available. And again, guys, thank you to all of you who have booked with me. I'm hoping that you guys got something out of it because I really do enjoy talking about ways to grow our money. Okay. But yes, we're going to talk about 3 ways that you can catch up when it comes to your investments, when it comes to retirement, because I know that's really a big concern with a lot of you, and your sis is here to help you guys navigate that process. Okay. So the first tip that I want to share with you if you are trying to catch up is really take a weekend, because it may take a couple of days, and I want you to sort out all of your assets. That means everything that you own, and I want you to sort out all of your liabilities, everything that you owe, all of your debts, because this is really important. If you don't know where you currently stand, you won't be able to create and craft a realistic plan for you to move forward. So you must know your current state. And I know, guys, it may not be pretty in some instances. When we first started doing ours, it was ugly, okay? In my mind, I was thinking, oh, we're like $15,000 in debt, when we were actually like almost $75,000. And I can tell you guys, I cried. I was like, we never gonna get out the hole. How are we gonna do this? But I'm telling you guys, if we did not take the time to actually stop, it may take a couple days. I said, just take a weekend and really dig through your finances. You may actually have to pull your credit report, because sometimes we forget, like, oh my goodness, I forgot to open up that credit card when I was, twerking and turning up in the club when I was 21. And now I'm 35. I done forgot about it, but it's following you on your credit report. And so you want to know where you currently stand. And you may have a longer list in the debts and liabilities columns than you do in the asset column, but that is okay. Why? Because now you know where you're starting from, and you can create a plan to move forward. So when you finally figure out, you know what, okay, I have all of my assets and I have all of my debts kind of listed out, the next thing you want to do in that step 1 is to figure out how you can pay off your debts. You are actually increasing the value of your money when you do pay down your debts, especially your high interest debts. So if you have a credit card that's like 8, 10, 15, 20% interest, that should be your focus, because it's costing you more money as you continue to hold that debt. So try to focus on one debt at a time. This is something that I actually agree with Dave Ramsey about, is focusing on making minimum payments on your other debts, but focus on one debt. And then when you pay that debt off, just snowball the rest of it into your others that way. That way you can stay motivated on the journey, and you can also reduce your liabilities, because that's very important when you are trying to catch up and achieve whatever financial goals that you have for early retirement, traditional retirement, whatever it is. You want to buy a house, you have to decrease the liabilities. Okay, guys, then make sure that you are putting yourself in the best possible position when it comes to your money. The next tip that I want to give you if you are trying to catch up is be realistic with yourself. You're going to have to make a sacrifice. And I know, guys, you want to be able to enjoy life. And I do agree you should. And a budget will actually help you do that. But if you're trying to catch up, you actually need to put more capital towards those goals. So if you are trying to maybe max out a Roth IRA, you may have to cut back a little bit on the eating out, on the shopping, so that you could put that extra money towards your Roth IRA. So, and this is something that I struggled with a lot at the beginning of our journey, is the sacrifice aspect. I wanted to get there. I was committed. I was ready. But when it came to looking at the budget, and the budget was like, okay, girl, you either can go out to eat 3 times a month, or you can put the money to the Roth IRA. So we realized is that we had to make a sacrifice somewhere, and we didn't have to cut out eating out totally out of our budget. We just couldn't do it 3 times a month, maybe just once or twice a month. Maybe do an app to get some extra rewards, and we can use a gift card to one of our favorite restaurants. And then instead of spending our actual money, we can put that money towards an investing account. Okay, guys? So yes, a sacrifice is going to have to be made somewhere, a sacrifice in educating yourself. Now, let me tell you, okay, don't laugh at me, but I wasted a lot of time at the beginning of our financial journey. I wanted to become a millionaire, but I spent a lot of my time watching reality shows, and I didn't realize that at the same time that I was wasting hours and hours and hours watching reality shows on Instagram profiles of celebrities, on social media, just scrolling, I could have been watching an interview by Warren Buffett. I could have been listening to an audio by Rich Dad Poor Dad. I could have been reading The Psychology of Money. I could have been actually dabbling into the investing world and buying companies that I actually own. But I wasn't doing any of that. And again, guys, there's a time and a place where we can go ahead and enjoy ourselves, watch the things that we like to watch. But if you're trying to catch up, a sacrifice is going to have to be made. Same with the time, is that if you may have to get like a side hustle, a side job, you could start a YouTube channel, you could start an Etsy, your own website, just something else so that you can put that money towards whatever your goals are. I know several people that have started YouTube channels or Etsy shops strictly to pay off debt, or strictly to save up for a house, like my sis Tara over at Journey to Wisdom and Wealth, getting a side hustle and then using all of that money to fund towards your goals. This is how you move the train quicker when it comes to your goals. Okay, this is how you catch up, using your time wisely. Now, the last final tip that I have to give you if you do want to catch up, and this is going to be the hardest one, guys, okay? You have to let go of fear. Now, this is an emotion I struggle with to this day, and not just when it comes to investing or wealth building, trying something new, maybe going through a different experience. Fear always kind of takes its paws into my emotional state, my mental state, and will kind of just keep me gripped up in a corner in the dark. And I don't like being fearful. And I can tell you guys, one of the things that has helped me when it comes to our money is keeping visuals. It's something about when you see something or you can touch and feel something that represses that fearful state in us. Okay, it's almost like the light against the darkness. And one of the things that you have to do when you are trying to catch up is get started. I know there's a lot of fear around the stock market. A lot of us, like myself, grew up with negative money mindsets, negative thoughts about, well, the stock market is this and investing is this, having money is the devil, and all of that other type of stuff. But the fact of the matter is that it's fear underneath it. And sometimes it's just mismanaged and misguided fear. So one of the things that you must do is just start. And start small. You don't have to like jump in head first. I know a lot of times, especially on social media, you'll see people investing $500, $1,000, $5,000, okay? But you can also invest with $1 a day, guys. Again, the challenge that we are doing on this channel together is to show you that, number one, you can become educated and knowledgeable. Great thing about the investing challenge that we are doing on this channel is that it suppresses and eliminates fear through knowledge. Okay, when you have knowledge of something, when you have understanding, enlightenment of how something works, fear does not even stand a chance, because knowledge does something to the psyche. It does something to the emotional and spiritual state. When you become aware, when you become convinced, when you can see, fear doesn't stand a chance. And I'm telling you guys, the feedback that I've been getting through this investing challenge of people being able to actually see their money grow, they're learning about what is a stock, what is a fund, they're learning how to invest, they're investing for the first time, they're in their 30s, 40s, even 50s, guys, investing for the first time, because we are remaining connected to our money. We're learning, we're educating ourselves. We make it very simple and easy on this channel. We talk to each other, and this is how we eliminate fear. Also, guys, you may have fear of looking at your investments. You're afraid to see a negative number. You become fearful that your current investments may not catch you up in time. So as a result, that fear will make you go YOLO on a stock. Sometimes fear will motivate you to take bad financial advice. And this is why I love visuals so much, because visuals will allow you to see your growth over time. I still have several of my planners from years ago, and you guys know I'm a spreadsheet junkie, so I can go back and see the progress that my husband and myself have made. And what it does is it responds to fear with this attitude of being a conqueror, because we have the trail of progress. We have the trail of achievement, which is why you should always celebrate your small wins as well. Because when fear comes in day to day and tells you, you know what, this $10 is not going to do nothing, your achievements will say, excuse me, yes, it does. My $10 actually is now $25 because I invested in a good company way back when. And that's what I want to encourage and leave you guys with, is that if you are trying to catch up, don't allow fear, not just when the market is red, but just all of the things that I talked about. When fear comes in, you rebuke that spirit and you look at your visuals and just keep on keeping on, guys. And that is basically how you can catch up. Now, keep in mind, I did not say go and YOLO in GameStop. The tips that I gave in this video can be applied to whatever strategy that you are trying to achieve. So if you're trying to buy a house, apply those 3 tips so that you can catch up and get your house, okay? If you're trying to become debt-free, apply these 3 tips so that you can become debt-free. If you're trying to achieve FIRE, which is financial independence, retire early, apply those 3 tips and you can get to your goals. I hope that you guys enjoyed that video on today. I hope that you will subscribe if you haven't already, like the video, and leave me a comment down below. What other tip would you give someone who is trying to quote unquote catch up on whatever their goals are, whether it's to retire, buy a house, get out of debt, buy a car, save for their children's education, whatever it is? What tips would you give? Okay, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate all of you guys being here. And until next time, I'll see you on the next one, okay? Bye-bye.